Hello out there in our land, and welcome to our newest show called CHAMPS.
My name is Shelby Christmas, and Mr. Barry Lemoyne and I will serve as your hosts for today's program.
CHAMPS stands for Chalmette High School's Artists, Musicians, and Performers Showcase.
It's a show that shines a spotlight on some of the talent here at Chalmette High.
So let's get started today by meeting our talent. Here she is. Welcome, Taydem Trevino. How are you, Taydem?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about your talent that you are presenting in CHAMPS, that you perform?
Yes, I have become a dancer, singer, and actor, and I am a member of CHS Voices.
So that's what we call a triple threat, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about how did you get to become a triple threat? You know, how did you get started in theater and how did you get started in singing?
It all started when I was young. I mean, I started dancing when I was about 3 years old, but I actually started my first play when I was 12 in a Snow White in Ohio.
Nice. And then take us on the journey from Ohio to St. Bernard. And, you know, what did you do? How did you get involved in the voices and all the rest?
Okay, well, I wasn't from Ohio. I came from Ohio to come down here, and then I got interested in the summer plays when Cinderella came around, and I auditioned for Cinderella, and then the journey just continued with the rest when I got into high school.
Okay. So what is your favorite part in being in CHS Voices?
Honestly, my favorite part about CHS Voices is it's really like a family because everyone gets to sing together, everyone gets along, and we all perform as a unit.
I don't know about your family. My family doesn't always get along, but I'm glad that the Voices does. You know. So talk about some of the events that y'all sing at and some of the things that y'all working towards for this year.
We had some competitions. We have Glittering Gloves, we have the Christmas show, we have the summer plays, the Performing Academy, and we also have some mastery classes sometimes around every now and then.
Okay. What kind of lessons do you think you learn as in those mastery prep classes that you learn for that will benefit your talent?
Oh, the mastery classes, they give a lot of feedback on your performance, so they'll call you up and they'll ask you to sing a certain part, and basically they just they give you an analysis and they give you feedback on what you can do to progress in the future.
Now you talked a little bit about competing. I understand you had a recent success over at the New Orleans Center for the Creative Arts. Talk a little bit about that performance and what that meant to you.
Okay, so we had to pick 3 pieces, which was very interesting because I've never picked a foreign piece to sing, and it helps you improve a lot as an operatic singer. And there are at least 25 contestants, and they all get to compete against each other, and it's just a load of fun.
And talk a little bit about how your style has changed over the years, how you've gotten a little more operatic, I guess is the word maybe?
Yes, I used to look into people like Christina Aguilera and Adele, but then as soon as I got into CHS Voices, they help you progress with classical pieces, which will soon progress you into an operatic singer if you get into competitions.
So whenever you're not being an operatic singer, what do you do in your spare time?
Honestly, I'm just like everyone else. I just sing in the car, sing in the shower. Honestly, singing is just a passion that anyone can have, and it's just very smoothed out.
Yeah.
Now talk a little bit about the difference between you take classes at Chalmette High as part of your academic program, but then you're also involved in like after school stuff. So like what are you doing in the classroom right now to help you as a performer?
Oh, in the classroom we learn warm-ups to instruct the rest of the class. So if we are about to start a rehearsal, you can start up everybody by rehearsing on the piano. And once you start rehearsing on the piano, we can start moving on to better songs. It helps you with growth in your songs.
And if you were writing your own ticket for the future, or if you could have any role in your life that you could demonstrate your triple-threatedness, what role would you most want to do, or what, what do you see in your future?
There are so many musicals out there, but I would love to be in Broadway just like everyone else because it really is an inspiration to other people. And Broadway is very known, so of course someone would want to be in Broadway.
Is there a show or is there a character that you would most want to portray? Or?
It may be cliche, but I do love Phantom of the Opera because Christine's notes, I have always had a goal to reach Christine's notes as a soprano.
Do you feel that you've reached those goals yet, or do you feel you have some work to do?
I feel like I have some work to do. I feel like I can progress in this year that's coming up so I can get into college and do a music major.
So you're a junior, so we still have another year ahead of us to look forward to. So let me ask you this before we shut down the interview part of it. If you were giving advice to a young performer who was maybe just starting their career or starting at Chalmers High, what advice would you give them?
I would definitely give them advice to join CHS Voices because it's not just choir. It is definitely, like I said, my goal to be a triple threat. It is a triple threat. You get to act, you get to sing, you get to dance, you get to express yourself, and it is very time consuming, so it helps me progress even more when you get to have as much time as you get to have with CHS Voices.
Thanks for being with us, and we're so happy to have you at our school. And now we're going to hear from the beautiful and talented Taydem Trevino. Joining us now in the studio for CHAMPS is the talented Brandon Rodriguez. Brandon, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
So Brandon, can you tell us a little about how you first got started with music?
When I was in 6th grade, I joined a band because everybody in my family had pretty much told me to join a band because I didn't want to take PE. And then I chose to play saxophone, and my band instructor came back the next day telling everybody what instruments they could play, and we were out of saxophone, so I had to play clarinet. And so I was really upset, and I pretty much cried over having to play clarinet, and now it stuck with me, and that's what I do.
So what other instruments do you play besides clarinet? I know clarinet is like your strong suit, but what other instruments do you play?
Well, now I finally have the chance to play saxophone. I play that a lot. And for the Christmas concerts and that, I'll play guitar just when they need a guitar. And I mean, those are my 3 really strong instruments. And I know a lot of other little things, but my 3 really strong ones are clarinet, saxophone, acoustic, or electric guitar.
Would you say that saxophone is your favorite, even though you've been playing clarinet longer?
I mean, in a classical setting, clarinet's just really fun because well, first of all, saxophone isn't in classical music,
right.
So. And then, but for saxophone, for soul and jazz and that, it's really it just has that sound that everybody pictures in jazz.
Now, you've played at a lot of school events between being in the band and being, in the other things there. What has been the highlight of your Chalmers High career so far as a musician?
When the Monmouth Center opened, and we played for the Monmouth Center, that was really, 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 really fun. That was crazy.
Yeah, so you get gigs like that. So you had your little BBG jazz group that performed at the opening of the Monmouth Center, but you have gigs around town pretty often. Talk a little bit about how you got those gigs.
Well, we have a website on bbgjazz.com where people can go check us out, and from there, people who want us to play at weddings can ask us and call us or email us to come play at weddings. And so we play at a lot of wedding receptions as the Soup and Salad Band, and we do we play at the Acock Barn for farmers markets. We play at Sippin' in the Sunset, and we play at lots of little things around the parish, and it's just. We've become kind of an in-house parish band because it's basically whenever there's an event happening in the parish, we're pretty much there.
And do you have any upcoming gigs that are really cool or important to yourself that?
I mean, right now the biggest thing we have coming up is meeting with the Southern Oaks Plantation manager to talk about becoming a house band for the wedding receptions there.
So this is your senior year of high school, and I know you've been pretty active in the music scene here at school. So what are you hoping to accomplish between now and graduation? You know, what are you hoping that you guys get to do between now and then?
One of my biggest things personally is I have to get my audition music ready for college, which is going to take incredible amounts of practice and dedication, because it's college level music, which is a whole different ballgame than what we play here. And then as a band goal, as a BBG Jazz goal, we need to get the band ready for hookups once we're out of school and people can't call the school and ask for us.
Right, so you plan on playing music after college?
Yeah, I plan on going to major in either jazz studies, clarinet studies, or woodwind studies, or music ed, something in music for sure.
So what advice would you give to a young performer who is crying because maybe they didn't get the instrument that they wanted, and then all of a sudden, all these years later, you know, when you look back on it, what advice would you give to a young performer?
It happens for a reason. Everything in it happens for a reason. If for some reason you can't get the instrument you want, you're probably better on the instrument you got.
So trust your teacher sometimes too, huh?
Trust your teacher.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you being with us, Brandon. Now we're going to see you in action as we listen to the melodic sounds of Mr. Brandon Rodriguez here on CHAMPS.
Well, that will do it for this edition of CHAMPS. We'd like to thank our two guests today, Taydem and Brandon, for joining us.
And we'd like to thank you, the audience, for tuning in. And if you know of a champ out there that you'd like to see featured here, let us know.
On behalf of Mr. Lemoyne and all of us here at Chalmette High and Penn TV, I'm Shelby Christmas, reminding you all, love what you do and do what you love.
And we'll see you next time
On
on CHAMPS.